Hello and welcome. My name is TyrionLanstr. Alright folks, we have something really exciting today. We have a brand new update with lots of exciting, interesting stuff to talk about. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go through it kind of quickly, got to talk about a few things, and then a little bit of speculating. So on the new update, we have some new features. There's an anniversary event. For the record, I can't believe that I've been playing this game for 3 years. That's insane. But it's 3-year anniversary of the game. We also have an Awakening for Merrell Peak that's going to come, which I'm so glad they're doing that. We need more free-to-play cavalry commanders awoken. There are so many of them, and just very few of them have been awoken, so I'm glad to see this. We also have a improvement to some of the displays. They've kind of just swapped around the order of certain things, and I think that most of them are pretty nice. Nothing too crazy. Now, here's the big one. Basically, they are revamping Alliance Conquest in some pretty big ways. I'm going to get to that in a second, and we'll talk about it when we get there, but definitely a lot to discuss. So we've got this anniversary page here. I'm going to go here and kind of use this as a jumping platform. So we've got another one of these pages, which, I mean, guys, this is just tons of great free stuff. They've really increased some of them lately, and I think that that's really nice of them and great. You're getting a lot of blessing stones from this instead of getting the random Sack of Winterfell albums. You get 1,000 blessing stones, 2,000 blessing stones, and then 3,000 blessing stones. That's a lot of blessings, and really a important thing for your dragon if you're going to be getting all 30 days of these. I mean, that's great. So definitely lots of good stuff to get. Always make sure that you check in each day and get this. Now, let's talk really quickly about the Alliance Conquest updates. So basically what they've said is that there are 4 changes. First, they've added a feature that gives you basically the ability to use these skills, and these alliance skills can only be used by the main officials, right? But we don't know exactly what they're going to be, but my assumption is that these are going to do something gonna probably increase your marching speed, increase your rally speeds, maybe give you a damage buff, maybe give you a healing buff, all those types of things. My guess is that you'll be able to kind of choose one and use it. I don't know exactly how that's going to work, but I'm definitely really excited about it. It's definitely a really fun, interesting thing for them to be adding, and it's just going to change up the way people have been strategizing for this event. So I love that they're doing that, and I think that it really is going to revitalize a lot of the excitement around Alliance Conquest, because there's another arms race. Who can figure out these skills? Who can be the best at using them and figuring them out? And it adds a layer of strategy that has been kind of missing from Alliance Conquest ever since everyone's kind of discovered the way to do swaps properly. It really kind of takes away, you swap your strongest person in, and then you sit there and you defend. So I'm excited about this. This skill is going to be very interesting. They're also going to awaken Simon. So I like that they're doing this. They're just letting people know, hey, Simon's going to get awakened. It's a good incentive for people who've been saving up a lot of tokens, and maybe now they decide, okay, I do want to use them on more Simon tokens so I can get him awakened. I'm fairly certain that Simon will be a commander that you can use epic tokens on. Just to check and see, what we can do is we can go to the Awakening. If I go to use this, we can look and see this list. So you'll notice that there are a lot of people on here that aren't here. So, for example, there's all the free-to-play commanders are here because you could, in theory, use them. You should never do that. But there's no Hector, there's no Tyrion, because those aren't available on here. But as we're looking through, I'm not seeing Simon. Could be crazy. I don't see Simon, so that indicates to me that he's going to be one where you have to use Simon medals to actually awaken him. Just want to make sure that I'm right about that. He's not here for sure. There's no way he'd be this. Yeah, definitely not. But definitely this is a good way to check things. Yeah, I don't see Simon. If I'm totally blind and just missing him somewhere, someone please let me know. And maybe he'll show up here later, but I doubt it. I think he's probably going to be one where you've got to do it yourself, which is a little annoying, to be honest, but, we deal with what we've got. So Simon's going to be awakened. I'm very confident that his awakening is going to be very strong. When he was initially released, he was very, very strong. Getting him to gold, that increased the number of troops that you can hold, the 50% siege attack reduction, that's pretty big. So definitely Simon's going to be an interesting one when he gets awoken. Okay, there's a new battlefield building, a mine. Now, I assume this is going to have to do with the skill. I have to believe that it's some sort of thing where when you take this building, you either get resources to buy the skill, or maybe it's just going to give her all points and just going to be like all the others. But each building right now has some quirk to it, and I assume that with the introduction of this new skill, they're going to want to have a building to accompany that new skill. So that's what my guess is with the mine, but we don't know yet. Once we find out for sure, I'll make another video and we'll discuss exactly what's going on. They also just said generally there are going to be some season attribute fixes that are going to try to balance things better. I'm not sure exactly what that's going to mean. I hope it means that they're going to increase I hope that it means that they're going to do something to do with like army sizes getting a little out of control and maybe making it so people can't solo things, or potentially making it so that it just further incentivizes more group efforts instead of just having kind of one solo or just kind of destroying everyone. But I'm honestly not sure exactly what that's going to look like, so we will find out eventually, I'm sure. And just going back over here, there aren't any other details that they give us about this stuff. They just basically say there's a personal ranking level that they mentioned, and then yeah, they said the alliance skill. So that's basically it. Okay, let's now talk about Merrell's Awakening, because I do think this is a very significant awakening. If you look at the free-to-play commanders that have been awoken, you've got Chris, you had Haley, plenty of Inf commanders. Arya was awakened. Arslan, Garel are both awakened for spears. The only cavalry commander that's been awoken that's free to play is Robb. And Robb is one of the worst. He doesn't give any cavalry attacks. So it's definitely noted that we don't have Winton, Russell, Mango, and then Jean, and now we finally get Merrell. So this was long overdue. Sorry, they also had Barrett. I mean, the infantry was crazy. That's part of what made infantry so strong, was that all the infantry free-to-play commanders were all awoken except for Lario. So anyway, we finally get our free-to-play cavalry commander. We get Merrell Peak. So let's take a look at his awakening. As we look at it, basically he gives cavalry stats, just as we'd imagine. He also gives some iron production. That's basically just to make it not quite as good as if it was a paid commander and giving better stats. So he's going to give a total of about 18% cavalry attack, health, and defense. And you can compare that to, like, let's say Robb, who gives the same. His is full. He's giving 18% of each of these. He gave gold. We're getting iron. Basically, similar thing. If you look at someone like Haley, again, it's the same thing. She gave 18%. Okay, so we feel pretty good that that's just what they give for these free-to-play commanders. And if you compare it to, a paid commander, it's going to be very different. Let's take a look here. If we look at Lena, she's giving 26 or 28. So it's definitely a lot more when it is a paid commander, but that's to be expected, right? Okay, so what else does Merrell give us? Well, obviously he gives us the basic friendship bonus. He gives us the increase to his actual stats. These will go up to 48% once you get the level 3 awakening. But he also has his level 4 skill. His level 4 skill states that after each allied cavalry lineup performs 4 normal attacks, the lineup's health will increase by 5%, and their next normal attack has a 50% chance to trigger a crit. It gives a damage coefficient of 120%. Unsurprisingly, this doesn't synergize super well with any of the other commanders. I would say it synergizes best with the whole new extra attacks that you get from Sandor, just because getting those 4 attacks quicker means that the lineup's going to heal quicker, and then you're going to get the whole normal attack bonus thing. What I'm not sure about, and what really changes how good this is this after it performs 4 normal attacks, the health increases by 5%, and their next normal attack has that chance. I don't know if it repeats it after it's done. So if it does, once it does 8 attacks, does it again increase the health by 5% and another 50% chance to crit? Or is it just that one time? I kind of think it's just the one time, because it feels like it'd be a little too strong for a free-to-play commander to get to heal 5% every 4 attacks. That seems like that would be kind of broken. Or not, sorry, I shouldn't say heal, but increasing their health by 5% by that much. That seems a little bit broken. But, well, I say that. How much, I think Rob gives 2% attack for every hit. That's not that. That's actually not even as good as that. What's Rob give, right? Yeah, he gives every attack, he gives 2% attack. So this is for every 4 hits, you get 5%. That's a lot less. All right, so maybe it is that. Maybe it is every time. The chance to trigger the crit, your damage coefficient is only 120%, so it's not actually a huge crit, but it's definitely solid and significant. So if this is every 4 hits, which would make some sense now that I'm saying it, that's pretty good, and I think that would be probably pretty solid. I would say that in general, this is definitely not going to replace any of the paid commanders. Unfortunately, he doesn't actually heal. He just increases their health. If he healed, he could synergize well with Jaime. But as a result, I think he's just probably going to be kind of doing his own thing. Probably in other free-to-play lineups. We can take a look, see what's recommended for him. His lineup recommendation is with some other free-to-play commanders like Barrett and Rob and Sinara. And yeah, it's doing the whole like silencing but doing extra hits, which makes a lot of sense. You just want to get as many hits as you can to really synergize well with both Rob and Merrell's abilities. So I think it might be good to try to awaken one of either Barrett or actually, sorry, Barrett's probably not going to help as much. I think Sinara is the one that's really going to be the biggest help, because she has that chance of hitting multiple times, which would mean that you're triggering these abilities quicker. So getting Sinara awoken fully is probably going to become a priority if you're going to use these 2 commanders. So definitely something to think about. Okay, I hope this was helpful for everyone. I hope you learned a thing or two about all the new things that have been added. I hope you guys are able to awaken Merrell if you so choose, and I hope you're excited about the new anniversary event and the changes to Alliance Conquest. But until next time, my name is TyrionLanstr. I'll see you then.